When deciding what to invest in an RSP, keep in mind you can invest in almost anything these days. There's no foreign content restrictions. You can own any stock, any bond, any mutual fund. And it really what drives it is your overall tax situation. Now you may say with RSPs they're tax sheltered, so taxes don't matter. The issue is what happens if you have some money that is taxable and some that isn't. What you really want to do is you want to make sure that you're being tax efficient with your other money, and from an overall perspective, you're not taking too much risk or not enough risk with your portfolio. So generally, the best things to put into an RSP are things that generate interest income, especially if it's high interest income, bonds, some mortgage investment corporations, things that will get taxed the most highly. The other thing that's interesting is U.S. stocks that pay dividends. If the dividends are held in an RSP, you get the full dividend. If the dividend is, the stock is held in a TFSA, you actually get tax withheld by the U.S. government. If the stock is held in a non-registered or taxable account, the same thing. So if I sort of said, what are the key things you would want to put into an RSP? Bonds, GICs, U.S. or foreign stocks that pay dividends, anything that has a decent yield and would get taxed at the highest rate versus Canadian stocks that pay dividends. You'd often want to hold those outside of an RSP. Things that are growth stocks that pay no income but may have big capital gains, you want to hold outside of an RSP, in part because the capital gains get taxed low, but also if there's a capital loss, you can use that capital loss if it's held outside of an RSP or in a taxable account. If you have a big loss in an RSP account, you just have a big loss and no tax benefit. So again, figuring out what to put in the RSP and what to have outside of the RSP is half the battle after you figured out how much to put in the first place.